Hello, hi, welcome my beautiful collective. I am Lotus, Lotus the Sage. Thank you for joining me. So today we have, I feel it's going to be an interesting read. I'm actually not entirely sure how this is going to turn out, to be honest, but I'm excited for this because I did a couple for myself and it was interesting and I don't know, it was interesting, so I'm just going to try it out, my collective. So this reading is going to be called A Conversation with ... Each pile is going to have an ascension kind of energy. We're using the ascension cards for whom or what wants to talk to you today. So each pile has a sodalite crystal, but you can choose from which one. So this is for pile 1. This is for pile 2. And this is for pile 3. Okay, my loves, so we're just going to dive right into it and see who and what may want to speak to you today and about what. Okay, my loves, I'll see you at your choice. Welcome, my pile 1. So I just need to apologize for my dishwasher that I'm not sure how much sound you're going to actually hear, but I'll do my best to take out most of the background noise. So let's get into your conversation and who or what wants to speak to you, my pal 1. Dun dun dun. Earth, beautiful. I'll read it to you. Number 14, it says, this card invites you to connect to Lady Gaia, the angel in charge of our planet, as well as Theia, the elemental master of Earth, and his Earth elementals, including goblins and pixies. Invoke Master Rogowski, master of the 11th ray of mysticism, to help you attune to the wisdom of our glorious planet, then listen to its heartbeat. To further expand your consciousness, ask the Earth Dragons to help you connect to Hollow Earth and Lemurian wisdom. Earth loves, nurtures, and welcomes you. So this is a card of joy and celebration. Your affirmation. I thank Lady Gaia for inviting me to be on Earth. Oh, how beautiful. So Earth wants to speak to you today. The Earth elementals, goblins and the pixies, asking you to attune your mysticism abilities or your capabilities. Tap into that internal or that collective or cosmic wisdom. Listen to the heartbeat of the Earth, the consciousness of the Earth Dragons, to tap into that Lemurian wisdom, and to thank Gaia for inviting you to be here. That's so lovely. So it feels like they just want you to allow yourself to tap into that elemental energies and ask for help from Master Rogowski and the dragons, the goblins, the pixies, etc. This is cool. I'm excited because this is a mystery for me too. So what else does Earth or Lady Gaia or all of the above want to say or add to these messages? Ooh, nice. Light codes, travel awaits you. This is it. When I was talking about attuning, right? That mysticism and that wisdom of the glorious planet, of our glorious planet. I'm having a hard time speaking, and I don't think it's not a hard time to find the words. I feel like so excited I can't get them out. That's what it feels like. I'm like jumpy excited. It feels good though, like anticipatory. I don't know. It feels good. So Earth is asking you, and all your masters here are asking you to, this is a part of part of the wisdom that you have that's innately within you that they want you to tap into. It can be sacred geometry, light codes, etc. Light codes like they have just said, sound waves, colors, automatic writing. Yeah, something along those lines might be what Spirit is asking you to tap into. They're also saying to me right now about clear viewing, remote viewing, and clairvoyance. Yeah, it feels more like clairvoyance as opposed to claircognizance, regardless if you have that or not. It's just, that's what they're emphasizing right now. Yes, yes, the sound in particular, so clairaudience and clairvoyance. I'm getting a really heavy emphasis too on sacred geometry. So you have a sort of like humanitarian mission. That is what I'm feeling. Becoming again more earth conscious. How you're choosing to contribute to humanity, what your service is. There might be a change in your dietary habits. You might be leaning off of meat and getting into lighter vibrational foods. You might be coming up with very cool, like innovative ideas or sparks of inspiration. Really pay attention to those. Lemurian energy is heavy and strong also with this energy that I'm feeling here. They're asking you to awaken the dormant light within you. Travel awaits you. Wow, that's like a double down on that message, my lovelies of 𝘾𝙊𝙉. Very cool. I love that. Okay, let's see where we're going. Then we have Chiron, heal. So I really do feel like for me, right now, what I'm getting is there's a heavy emphasis on healer energy. You know, on being a type of healer. It's more so than the healing energy of what Chiron really represents, of that wounded healer, of sometimes doing more than you need to, but also healing out the parts of you from the past. This doesn't feel like that energy. It feels like this is like a call for you, like a call to you to be that. Because I'm feeling you as like that rod in the middle, as that serpent goes around, you know? Interesting. Let's see what else we got here. We have, wow, you have Earth again in another deck. Holy moly. And they're just like talking about the element of Earth, right? Extremely organized, love to plan things in advance, grounded energy, makes others feel comfortable in their presence, able to handle multiple emotional situations at once, a calm demeanor, level-headedness, a person to go to in a crisis. Again, you know, like, wow, that's very, very cool. And planet, the moon. Beautiful, which is that emotional energy, that receptivity too, that intuitive energy. You maybe that is about how you heal, like you heal the innermost emotions. You're a safe place for them to unload, so to speak. You might be, like, again, very nurturing, very motherly, so to speak. Again, you just make others feel safe, that a place to heal, a comforting place to heal. This is so nice, and it's so strong. Like, it's very clear about what Earth wants to talk to you today about. There's new gifts coming in for you, or they're asking you to hone, tap into, study, build, whatever. And it's for this particular mission, you know? I love this. You're asking me to look at the numbers. So 4s might be significant. We have 5, 6, and 1. Breaking down the numbers. Okay? Keep that in mind. And then we have the eternal now. Again, that, excuse me, that stillness, that breath, that exhale, that breathing. Again, that healing energy is what I feel. And a sense of like presence, like being here now. And the eternal now also talks about, even though you can do things on your own, you don't need to do everything on your own. And I think this is where Earth energy, Lady Gaia, the Lemurians, the Pixies, Rogoski, you know, the dragons, that's what they're talking about. Like, we're here to help you, you know, in this process of you developing these or enhancing these particular gifts, for you to use them in a way that is of service to this earth, to this evolution of man, you know? Okay, I'm going to read a little passage from the book for Eternal Now. Just this paragraph up here. It says, Within you is a great strength and courage. However, just because you can manage, there you go, just because you can manage to keep going when you are drained or stressed, it doesn't mean you have to do so. You're encouraged by the higher guidance to request assistance in letting go of tension within your mind and body. You will gain energy through this release and perhaps even see things in a new and more optimistic light. Shifting into a more present, relaxed, and enjoyable state of being will help you overcome the past and successfully create your future. And also maybe it's just talking about let things be as they are too. I feel like it's just a what needs your attention, what do you really need to hold on to, what might be something that you need to still release. There might be more of a stronger emphasis on that Chiron energy to begin with than I was originally feeling. Regardless, either way, however this plays out for you, it's that trust in letting go of what is not here for you or needed for you anymore, and stepping into what all of these ascended masters, ascension energy people, ascension energies are aiding to you, are gifting you with, are talking to you today about. This is a conversation. Let's see what else. What magical spells they have for you. A magical spell of friendship with spirit, exactly. Bring to me friendship true, sharing laughter, understanding too. And that's all a part of that healing. And 14 again, you know, friendship and that earth, the connection to, that's why they told me to pay attention to the numbers. Okay, so this is it. This is the connection where like we are here for you to support you in this healing process within, and in the process of you healing others, healing the earth, healing, however, bringing in the right people for you as well as us. Yeah, there might be you may have been in a place of solitude for a very long time or felt lonely, but I don't know if it's like lonely. I just feel like there's just nobody that really like vibes fully with you. Or if they do, it's always like really short journeys or short trips, you know? It's not long periods of time. Interesting. I don't know why that just came up. But anyways, let's get into the Angel Tarot. I'm going to read the messages as they are on the cards, and then I will look at the actual tarot. So we'll probably get like an extra double energies. We have the King of Cups, Rochelle, excuse me. And it said, God seeing everything. Restitution, finds stolen objects and discovers the person responsible. We'll get into it. Nine of Swords, Ariel. It says the comforting God, purification, protection from the impious, religious sentiments. And then we have the Two of Pentacles, Paul. God who supports the universe, fortune and fame, fulfills any request. So what I'm feeling here, my lovelies of 𝘾1, when it comes to this earth energy, I'm going to go into the King of Cups first. So the King of Cups, again, this like bounty, this emotional knowing, but I always feel that the King of Cups is not quite as forthcoming or expressive with that emotion, so it's still slightly withheld. And that Nine of Swords, that withholding in the mind, we're talking about that clarity of mind. There's just like something about clear vision, clear seeing at some point. And it's that's sort of the conflict within your power, the dormant energies, the dormant gifts that need and want to be released, which is coming into this Two of Pentacles, juggling how do I do this when there's a part of me that still needs to be healed, and I know that I can still be of some service. But fame and fortune fulfills any request. I don't know if it necessarily is about fame and fortune. It's just about fulfilling the request. You know, purification of that, those impure thoughts, so to speak, when it comes to judging yourself. And that restitution of things stolen, you know, things lost, the perspective of it not being seen clearly. And finding the seed point so that you can fully remove that thread, remove that cord, remove that anchor. Interesting. Let's see what we got over here. We have the Tower, Uriel. The fire of God, disruption, warns of disaster, aids in transformation. Two of Wands, Jalil, the helping God, love and wisdom, victory over those who would attack you. And Seven of Cups, Asalaya, if I pronounce that correctly, Asalaya, God the just judge. Contemplation makes the truth known in legal proceedings. So what I'm feeling here is, it's like, again, sorry for my dishwasher. Again, what I'm feeling here is the clarification, the purification, the justification, the balancing out, the clarity of who you actually are and where that power comes from. And that's that tower energy. That Two of Wands is like stepping into that action of the victory of knowing, of that clear knowing, clear seeing, clear hearing that comes into this just judgment, which is the just rewards of finding support, caring, loving, laughter, of eternally being here in the now, of letting go of what doesn't work, of knowing that you're protected and you have so many people, so many spirits, so many guides with you, helping you on this ascension path of your development of these light code energies, of these other spiritual gifts. Rooting it here. Comforting. I love it. Okay, let's see what else we got, my loves. We have the Thief underneath the King of Cups, so this is going to be interesting. Woo! The Prison, I'm telling you, underneath the Nine of Swords, duh. And then Foe? I was going to say Fox. Foe. Underneath Two of Pentacles. This is it. This is what I'm telling you. I feel like it had, again, they're bringing me back to Chiron. So there is some healing that either still needs to be addressed. And I don't know if it's in the sense of finding a better way to heal this thing. No, it's not that. It's like, it's the healing in this respect feels like I can see it now. Like that, there's no like doing is what I'm trying to get at. It's like I understand what was taken from me, again, stolen, right? This is restitution, find stolen objects, and we have thief right underneath. And we talked about what had been stolen from you. And then this Nine of Swords in the head, the purification of the thoughts, the prison that created for you within you. The foes that may have been around that contributed to this, but also the foe within you that you are now having victory from, fulfills the request of you now. But you may have been, again, just in the guise of something else, or hidden or cloaked or covered up, or just not allowed to be the beautiful radiant being that you are in some respect. Wow, this is so cool. Okay, let's continue. We have the room underneath the Tower. Oh, this may have happened with like people who are really close to you. That's what they're giving me now. It's like, specifically, I'm feeling more closely family or very close circle relations. It can be a circle of friends too, but I'm getting more family. Then we have Servant. And Misfortune. I'm telling you, it feels, again, sorry. Thoughts are going too fast. So let me rewind for myself. For you, this Tower energy of this disruption warns of disaster, right? That misfortune that comes out after, but it's within this close-knit, whatever this environment is for you. You feeling being of a servant instead of service to this in some way. Again, not just allowing yourself to fully shine. You were put in a place, it feels like. And you're finally is what I'm feeling, getting victory over those who would attack you. You're finally stepping out of this because of the clarity coming in for you, because of this just judge. You know, this, what did it say here? Contemplation makes the known, makes the truth known, you know, and this misfortune here, it's like you figure this out, whatever this was that created this misfortune within the situation, or that is creating the misfortune for them now because of their past actions. Regardless of how this may have played out for you, what I'm feeling here is this restitution of you. It's like the removing, again, like all this, look where they kept you. Like it was like prison, thief, foe, servant, you know? And it's like in the home or in the environment. And now like something, the crumbling, that tower energy, Uriel has come in to do that. That fire god came in and is like, and I'm feeling that, you know, from that blowing energy, boom, and then Uriel with that sword looking directly on that angle, that side eye. It's so heavy. It's so heavy. Wow. So this whole conversation here is about uprooting for you, especially when it comes to that earth energy, uprooting the true essence of who you are. And I don't know, I feel like, and loving it. Like, that's what I want to say. Okay, let's get this. And then we got the Queen of Cups. Look at that, the counterpart to the King of Cups that started in the beginning. Balance now. God the Redeemer. That's it. Like I said, that restitution, redeeming oneself. Similar energy, exactly. Redemption. Severs against enemies. A religion governs chastity, regardless of all that. But it's like redemption. Severs against enemies. Like, could we get any more? Pahalaya. Yeah, Pahalaya. Queen of Cups. Ah, that's awesome. And then you have signs. Spirit sending you those signs, those light codes, that sacred geometry. Oh man, this is so good and so full circle. It was so cohesive. I like it. Ooh, cool. Okay, so the conversation Earth is having with you is, again, we talked about this restoration, this redemption, this clarity, this letting things be, letting go of it, allow those things to heal, to let go, knowing that this is like Spirit has literally stepped in. You have so many here stepped in to like create this fire. Wow, cool. All right, let's get a little extra layer here. Want a little bit more. We're going to take 3 on each side and then 1, of course, for the middle here. This is so cool, 𝘾𝙀. Like I said, I didn't know how this is going to turn out, and I'm very, very pleased. So we have sexual attraction. We'll fit that in how it applies. Okay, fresh. Okay, I understand. Yeah. Okay. So, let me put this down over here. You have sexual attraction, frustration. I just got frustrated with messing up these cards. And then abundance. Okay, so when I said, okay, I get it. When I was like, we'll fit this sexual attraction, they brought back to me family. So, again, this is nothing incestuous here. It's not what I'm talking about. Just trying to lighten the mood, guys. Chill. They're giving it to me in the sense of connection, of the people that were closest to you, the most intimate connections that you had. You know, this is where this frustration came in. And it felt like, I don't know if you even felt like there was a problem, is what I'm kind of getting at. You know, like there was actually something not right or something was off. But you did feel some sort of frustration, but I feel like you kind of just accepted it, in all fairness. That's sort of what this feels like. And they're bringing me up to that saying I said of uprooting yourself now. This is where this abundance is coming from. And maybe this foe, in another context, could have been the blessing in disguise. Like the one that was actually trying to create problems by telling you something is actually what brought like a crack in the door that opened the door. You know, that's a possibility that I'm just feeling at this moment. But with this Two of Pentacles here and this abundant energy and God who supports the universe, this is like this love and fortune and fulfills any request. This is this abundance. So I'm curious about how this foe energy actually is applicable in your life. It's curious. Let's continue. Again, sorry about the dishwasher. We have Judgment. Brown-haired woman. Wow. Got double down and destruction. Okay, so there's wow. Woo. Okay, so again, this judgment call that needed to be had, again, within this close environment, whatever this was, a choice, again, like I said, like a crack in the door, a new pathway opening. This brown-haired woman can be signifying you, and it also can be the energy that was a part of what kept you stuck. 1, 2, it can be this actual quote-unquote foe that actually opened the door, like I said. 3, no, that's 3. I already said you're a third. You could be this person, right? So that's that energy. And then misfortune and destruction. Again, this just judgment. It's like something needed to crumble. Like it was inevitable and had to, it was a must. Like it had to. I'm hearing like it was too long. It was too much, too long, for too long. Whoa. Let's get this middle card here. Yes. Look at this. When we talked about God the Redeemer, signs, and then you have gain. On your frickin' way. Peace, mother effers! F you, I'm out! I am off. I am no longer caged behind that fence, that prison, those chains, that thievery. I am off and looking in my own direction to where I want to go, where spirit is leading me, where I can truly be my vulnerable, soft, nurturing self and not be taken advantage of. Wow. Okay, my lovely collective of pile 1, let us finish off your reading with a Sacred Rebel guidance card to see if they have any closing messages for you as you are going through this beautiful earth expansion energy, this ascension energy, this redeeming, reclaiming, restructuring of yourself. What do we got? Mother Gaia, Lady Gaia, Master Ragowski, the dragons, Hollow Earth, Lemurians. What do they got to tell you, my lovely collective of pile 1? Ooh, that was fast. Look at this. Guys, you're going to love this. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the book out so we can get the messages out. So we have, look at this, new birth, guarded vigilante. Look at this, like the sprouting of you, again, uprooting, re-earthing you, this mother energy. We need to read this. We need to find out what else we got here, because I know it's going to be juicy. Oh, I love it. Okay. It says, in every creative process, in every birth, in every opening of a new cycle of life, there is a time of vulnerability. This vulnerability is natural and appropriate. It is a fowl learning to become steady on its legs. Those legs will become remarkably powerful in time, but the process of growing and maturity has to take place, and that requires some wobbly first attempts. It cannot be any other way. Within you, perhaps even below the level of your conscious awareness, there is a fresh new life emerging like a vibrant green shoot rising up from the earth. The new life is in need of your attention and care. This could be a new relationship that needs tending with interest and kindness. It could be a new idea that you need to nurture to fullness, because it's going to hold special purpose for your life path. It might be something within you, a new behavior, a new way of looking at yourself, or a new way of being in the world that you need to tend to until it becomes more natural for you to embody. This oracle brings particular guidance about keeping your inner sanctuary pure. This may be your room, a sacred place you visit, or your own body into which you retreat in relaxation and meditation. Sometimes you will find that others have taken up residency in your sanctuary. Perhaps an argument that you cannot let go of has another living in your head. A suffering that has not been acknowledged and released can feel like a big old dirty suitcase of emotional dirty cluttering up the temple space of your heart. It's time to focus on the purity, light and love, compassion that dwells within you. Everything else will come and go, and it will be just fine. This is a beautiful, full circle energy of what we've been talking about from the beginning, what Earth energy has been talking about from the beginning. My beautiful collective of Padawan, this was freaking awesome. Side note, I looked at the bottom of the deck and I didn't say anything about it, but I referenced it, the allowing yourself to be vulnerable. They talked about this. That's what's underneath the deck here. Just an extra confirmation. So, I love you so very much. Keep watering your beautiful lives. I'm sending you so much love. Again, till next time, ciao. Welcome, my beautiful pal twos who chose this crystal. We're going to get into your messages. Let's see who or what wants to talk to you today and about what. Let's get it. Dun, dun, dun. Lady Portia, nice. I'm going to read it to you. Number 32. Lord Portia is known as a goddess of justice. As a lord of karma, she tempers justice with mercy and balance. In order to act with these golden qualities, you must let go of your own projections and prejudices and see the whole picture. When you receive this card, Lady Portia is calling on you to review an aspect of your life or relationships to bring it fully into the fifth dimension. Be generous-hearted, open-minded, and fair, and step aside from judgment, and then your ascension path will be showered with gold. Affirmation: I am fair-minded, open-hearted, and non-judgmental. Ooh. So what I feel Lady Portia specifically wants to talk to you today about is about your own personal karma, about where places where you may have been unjust with yourself or with others, or your projections may have been more powerful or leading your actions, or where your prejudice may have prevented you from doing something or made you act in a certain way. I think they're just really asking you to review. It feels like a review. Lady Portia wants you to review. Like, I'm re-looking at things that I can, is this useful for me? Can I do better with this? Where did I fault here? What did I really do well here? You know, it's the pros and cons of ourself. It's the deep, clear, honest look at how you've been operating, quite literally. Interesting. Okay, let's see what else we got here. The cosmic ancestors, lovely. Voice your concerns. Beautiful. What I just heard is, have you really been honoring the true soul of who you are? Have you looked at the darkest part of your emotions? Have you shed that energy and filled it with light? Have you missed something? Interesting. This card also talks about learning from those who have walked before you. And I think this is leaning back into the the self reflection. It's like, look at the ones, or the I don't know if it's characteristics or actions, movements of the ones who have come before you, how they have already shone light on injustices that require to evolve and awaken, so that you can be a passionate contributor to this particular path they have for you, that it's part of your DNA, a part of your makeup. It's about conscious action, you know, and I feel like there's there's somewhat of asking you to come into a leadership role, and I think that's the reason why this balance of your own projections and prejudices and self-doubt, overcritical thinking, whatever it is, you know, that needs to be, I don't know, I guess really balanced, or seen very honestly. Let me put it that way, seen very honestly. Because you're wanting this continuous evolution and conscious action. Like, that's what it is, continuous evolution through conscious action. You might be feeling a real deep connection to starseed energy, feeling those celestial, extraterrestrial type of connections more heavily now. You might be doing a lot of astral travel, or astral travel, or actually being, I'm feeling like almost being invited places, or to galaxies or dimensions. Like you're going on certain trips. It's different than astral travel. Interesting. Wow. Okay, where are we going? This is cool. Loving this. Trine, sextile, symbiosis. Again, this symbiosis within self. This is what I'm really feeling. It's like that honest look within self, so that you can merge with this ancestral DNA path of leadership, justice, fairness, righting wrongs. You know, like there's a point of leadership for you. It is, again, I can't stress it enough. It's like it's for you. I don't know how else to say it. It's just, it's for you. Then we have pre-shadow retrograde. This is, again, this is, okay, before I read it, I'm really feeling with this pre-shadow retrograde here, it's that moment before, right? It's like, this is why they're asking you to look in. It's like, right now, it's like it's a clearing away, it's a revision. Like, it may feel a buildup of actual stagnation, you know, where you're, again, this is a point of pause to look in. It's going to provide you major clues for what you need to do, for how you need to act. Again, finding that seed point. Certain things might be revisited so that you can gain more clarity, so that you can integrate whatever it is that you discover within this shadow phase, this pre-shadow phase, or in the shadow phase, to be honest. And then they're fixed, then you have fixed. So the fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Generally fairly stubborn. They don't give up a fight. They don't often forget someone who's done them wrong. They are dedicated, however, and loyal to their loved ones and fiercely protective. They experience some of the deepest and most long-lasting relationships. They are strong. They have a strong presence and are very hard to forget. So there is something about the stubbornness about this, about either wanting to look deep within, or to do a real true self-examination, so that you can truly, integration is the right word, but I'm really feeling it's a different word. It's like that you can truly, I don't know if it's like bleed them into each other. It's like it's a different type of, it's more malleable, it's more fluid. It's not like fitting pieces like geometry. It's not like that, how I'm seeing like that. It's like colors merging. That's how I'm feeling it. This, again, the symbiosis of these elements within the shadow and the light side of you. there's an ask of you to step out of that fixed energy slightly, but using the fixed energy when it comes to its fierce protective dedication to that, which is what you love. And that should be you in some degree, and if you love this honoring of yourself, of this, or loving, if you're trying to be as loving and being as loving to yourself and honor what's being asked of your soul or what you're being called to do, this is a part of what's needed. So Lady Portia wants you to do. You must let go of your own projections and prejudices to see the whole picture. They're also probably talking about something else in your life, but this is on a bigger scale. Okay, then we have grounding, number 15. Yeah, like rooting that energy in, seeing what's going to grow now. Again, when we talked about finding that seed point, an honest look in it's really it. I'm going to read a small passage from the book. Just going to read this first paragraph. It says, "You long for the free and open world of spirit and light, yet you also yearn to experience the healing power and divine joy of sacred sound and living color. You are meant to bring joy, beauty, and comfort to this world, to share the spiritual light. To do so, you need grounding. Your dreams want you just as much as you want them. Grounding helps you bring your dreams to life in your world for the benefit of many." And this is what I was talking about. You are needed to lead in some way. So this has to be understood, honestly looked at, rooted in you, grounded within you, solid within you. This period is necessary, this pre-shadow phase, this shadow phase, for you to find this symbiosis, to find the symmetry and the symbiosis within these two sides of yourself, or within the past and present version of yourself, for that matter. What magical spell do they have for you during this process? Justice. Whoa! 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 Lady Portia. God, look at this. Oh my God, their numbers again. Sorry, there's so many things happening right now. So 5 might be significant for you, my pal, too. We have Lady Portia here, which is known as a goddess of justice, as a lord of karma, justice. By the power of 3 by 3, Ma'at delivered justice to me. You have number 5 here, 3 and 2 here is a 5. You have 5 and 2 here, again, it's a 7, but 5 and 2, 15 again here. 6, 7, 1 with the 10 here, but 5, 6, 7. And justice flanked on both ends. Same energy, not same energy of readings, like same thing happened in Part 1. They both were like bookmarked, And this is what's in the middle here, what you need to really, I guess, put the focus on or the attention on for the time being. But justice is coming in, like you are a part of this. Like this is a part of your DNA, your cellular DNA, your ancestral DNA, your light body DNA, like it's that kind of, it's yours. Like I keep saying that it's for you, and the justice can be for you, and you are going to be giving justice also. Wow, Peltu, my goodness. Okay, this is so very cool. Let's get into the tarot. So these are the angel tarot, and I'm going to read the actual tarot card, and then I will obviously naturally tap into the messages of both the tarot card energy and the messages that they come with. So you have Ihayel, I think, 5 of Swords. It says, God, the highest being, desire to know the acquisition of wisdom. 3 of Wands, Sitael. It says, the God of hope, construction of the universe, help with great works, protection from adversaries. And then you have Wheel of Fortune, Metatron. The recording angel, advancement and progress, teaches, guides, and records events in the book of life. Talk about the Akashic records and cosmic ancestors too, right? And voice your concerns to them. So what I'm feeling first here, my lovelies of pile 2, when it comes to this justice energy of looking within, it's this desire to know. And this is what we talked about, of looking really deep and honestly at what it is, all of our prejudices, so that we can lead more justly. The God of hope here is the construction of this path, this belief, this doing, this conscious action to help with great works, which is a conscious action, and again is going to protect you against adversaries. The point of the justice here, this wheel of fortune, this record keeper, this keeper of justice, so to speak, advancement and progress within this. You know, you're going to be a teacher, a guide for these records here, you know, so that they can be more balanced, more just, more grounded, more fair. This is why Lady Portia is wanting to talk to you about, and why she's even here to speak about it. Cool. Let's continue. We have Ten of Wands, 𝘾𝙊𝙉𝙀𝙀, yeah. God, humility, God humiliating the proud. Spiritual communication influences religious men, teachers, and men of law. Spiritual communication influences religious men. I'm curious here because I'm getting sort of like the reason it's for you is because you have this particular ability to influence the people that are really fixed, that are can't move or can't budge that perspective of the old that needs to be fair now. You know, there's something about you. Like I said, it's about you. I can't stress this enough. It's about you. Ace of Wands. Oh my L. Oh my L. The patient God. Fertility and multiplicity. Protects against despair. Helps one be patient. Fair. And Page of Pentacles. 𝘰𝑒𝑙𝑙. I'm gonna probably butcher that, but 𝘰𝑒𝑙𝑙. God sung above all, loyalty and allegiance, friendship and reconciliation. So again, this Ten of Wands here, when we talked about that spiritual communication, that balancing out of these energies, that may be unjust. What you're stepping into is that role. This beautiful Ace of Wands of, again, owning your power in a sense of being that voice of reason, that sanctuary, that true place of justice for there to be karmic balance. Yes, for there to be karmic balance, because it's the reconciliation of energies. You know, it's like they're giving it to me like you know how to put the right pieces in its place. So everything and everybody has a role, and it's you being able to see the bigger picture allows you to put them easier into its spot for it to form. In other words, it's almost like, you know, being in the middle of a maze as opposed to being on top of the maze. You know, like you can see where the path is much easier than if you're in the maze. And this is that's how they're showing this justice energy to me, about how your role is being played out or will be played out. And why this is necessary for you to look into that. They're giving it to me like the black hole of your emotions. Like that's how they're wording it. It's a black hole of your emotions. And there's something in there that still needs to be let go, but needs to be looked at so that you can let go. Interesting. Let's leave this here first. Let's see what else we got underneath here. Underneath the Five of Swords, we have money. Despair. Dang. And wedding. This is interesting. Maybe you're not fond, I can feel that, but maybe you're slightly avoidant of tapping into that darker place within you for fear of going too far into the dark. So maybe you have a tendency to not really dive too deeply, truly because of fear. A fear of actually facing what you might be presented with within yourself. But I'm feeling that if you do that, you won't go to that place of that the whatever darkest place that you might think of what that emotional response may be in your physical form. I don't think that would happen. I'm feeling a sense of it allows you to merge better with yourself. It's like there's, in other words, if it wasn't safe for you to go this deep, Lady Portia and your ancestors would not be asking you to do it, period. But I feel that you are strong enough, and you know now. You know that you can. So please allow yourself to not shy away from this merger that wants to happen. Again, this trine energy, this symbiosis, this wedding within you. So that you can advance, that you can progress, that you can evolve past this old projections, past old prejudices. Then we have the Lord. Talk about progression and evolution, right? The journey. Absolutely. And the surprise. Nice. Right? And it's here, like, knowing how to talk to those like higher ups, that Lord energy. You know how to. There's something about you specifically. And this journey into this archetype or this path for you is gonna be a surprise. Like, I really don't feel that I even can guesstimate what that might look like for you. But all I can say for sure from feeling is that this is for you. Whatever is happening right now is deliberately happening. It's on purpose, and it needs to happen because you're being asked now to really step into a role here. It's like there's no more sugarfooting around it now. It's like it's time. And you're frickin' ready. So don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt whatever. Allow yourself to go into that shadow place. Microscope that energy to its fullest. Step out of it merged. So that you can be ready and confident as you step into this new journey, this new path. This new loyalty to self. This reconciliation within self, this new fertile time to begin for you, justice to be served to you and to others. Wow, pal 2, this is cool. Shit, okay, what do we got here in the middle? Justice, holy shit. You do not have it 3 freaking times. Wow. Khalil. Wow, the invocable God, justice, makes truth known in court, causes innocence to prevail. Like, could they scream it any louder? Honestly, Pao 2, like I can't make this shit up. Like I said, I didn't know how these readings were gonna turn out fully, but it's so like, it's here. It's like it's one complete conversation to you. There's no other variables when it comes to what the point is. You know, I love that. And then death. Wow. I'm telling you, it's like a death to the old. The things that have not been fair. You need to learn from the old people who have already shone the light on the injustices. Learn how they do things or did things. Cultivate that within you. Look and examine that void space within your emotions. Come to that balance so that you can step into this role to initiate a new beginning. As this candle burns out, you know, like a new beginning. It's like death of the old way of justice. Like there's something that is being revamped through you. Activism, actual legal system, frickin' however social justices apply in your life, you know, or even just personal justices. Doesn't matter. It's freaking awesome. Holy schmoly. My goodness, Pal 2. Okay, let's get some more. So Lady Portia is talking to you about justice, karma, balancing, stepping into that role of power eventually. Not being afraid to dive deep into that shadow aspects to find those gains. And find that seed point so that you can gain. Like, I can bring up, there may be something about money, and you might have been, again, more into that materialistic way of living, but it's, you're being asked to step into that spiritual path now. If it wasn't what you were doing prior. Then we have happiness. Okay, I'll take the one that flipped. Generosity first. And then I'm going to take it anyway, but new beginnings. Yeah, how about that? That's absolutely right, my love. Like, okay, sorry. So, Five of Swords with gain and money here. This desire to know, this gain, right? And again, thinking about this point of what needs to be let go of, what do I still need, what can I gain from this, what is the real purpose of me going into the shadow aspect here. The purpose is to find that happiness. That's what the purpose is. You know, that hope again, that understanding of one's path, of diving into the despairs of your own shadows and coming out of it merged, generous, a new beginning, this wheel of fortune, this teacher energy, this guide. It ends up propelling you into this beautiful new beginning, right? Which is what we've already seen here with that Lord and journey and that surprise. And we have anxiety with the Lord and Ten of Wands. That's possible. Not that it's not possible, excuse me. I mean, I can see that, apologies. I can definitely see that there can be an anxiety because you're still building up that confidence and you may not even feel that you have the chops to do it, so to speak, but you do. It's like, it's just, again, it's really so that you can fully embody this, so you can really root and ground it and believe in it and be that confident person so you can step into this leadership role. Spiritual, look at this. Sorry. Spiritual over the patient God and the journey, right? And then good fortune over surprise. Look at that. Over loyalty and allegiances, friendships and reconciliation. See what I mean, my loves? Like, it's just like this is the path. This is a path for you, a part of your spiritual ascension into this happy life that you want, into a purposeful life, in other words. But the symbiosis, this merger within self, this wedding within you, this connection to your DNA path also is important. And it's needed now for you to step into it now. Now. And then we have forgiveness. We have this reconciliation energy over here too. This is curious. And again, where we're talking about justice, right? Balancing out. The justice is like, it's finding that forgiveness, that fairness again. And underneath the deck here is barrier. They just said that you're breaking through barriers. You have to break through your own barriers. Again, a lot of friendship beginnings here. A lot of like reconciliation within self. I feel like you're befriending yourself again, or befriending this particular part of you that you left in the dark. This is interesting, my lovely. So, Lady Portia's, again, talking to you about justice. Ma'at is here to talk to you about that justice, that open-mindedness, that non-judgmental energy. Your ancestors are asking you to tap into that DNA, knowing of how they, in their past, have already shown you the ways where they have shone light on the injustices and how and what to follow in their footsteps with. Learn from them. You know, ground in that energy. Deliver justice to people and it will be delivered to you too, but you have to deliver it to yourself first. In other words, I apologize, that's what they said. You need to deliver justice to yourself first before you can administer justice without, so that you can have these gains to happiness for this generous new beginning of this beautiful sense of knowing within self, within your spiritual gifts, within this fortune that is coming into you, coming for you from your ancestors. That is part of the gift, you know, to step into this role. Man, I love it. Okay, let's get your final card, my beautiful collective of pile 2. Get some guidance. We're going to get a card from the Sacred Rebels. Don't know where we got cut off. I'm going to get your last card from the Sacred Rebels guidebook. see what Lady Portia, what Ma'at may have to say, any angels, and we have any extra messages for you, or maybe just something else that they want to add to these messages. Let's see what we got. That came out really fast and it dropped on the floor. We have releasing allegiances. Interesting. And I feel that this has to do with releasing the old ways of doing certain things, or things that were unjust or unfair, and stepping into the new you, the new version of you. And I'm also getting, like, when we talked about stepping into this void of your emotions, it's like these bees or these flies that are, I think it's flies. It's bees. These bees are around you. It's giving me a sense of two energies, of the sting of it and also how to nurture that sting of it. You being in the shadow of embracing and caring for this, again, the emotional void. There's something in there about that. Let me get the book and we're going to close it off with the messages from the book, my lovely. It says, it's time to hold on to yourself and let go of another. Even if it's just for a time, you have gained all that was meant to be from that connection. Exactly. At least for now, you have given and you have received. The need to let go does not deny the value of what has been acquired. It is more that the time has come for greater productivity, creativity, abundance, and consciousness in your life. Exactly. You have completed many cycles in the vibrational frequency of consciousness that you are now being asked to release. Excuse me, that's exactly what it is here. Being asked to release that whatever this is, the old versions. Sorry, I get too excited. You have been in the vibrational frequency for some time now. You have earned the right to step out of that frequency, out of the habits, relationships, and possibilities that are limited to that outmoded frequency. It is now time to expand into a high frequency of experience that will bring enhanced love, empowerment, and peace in your life. You will take the wisdom of what you have learned with you into something new, new connections, new relationships, new life experiences at a higher turn of a spiral of your life. But first, you. Trust that you can step into the solitude for a time. There it is. There it is. Without being consumed by loneliness. It is a time to reconnect with yourself. Perhaps you have had a period of outward orientation where your energy has been derived away from the inner journey, which we talked about, and self-discovery and creative self-expression into a world of lists, schedules, demands, and demands. Trust that you may need to step back momentarily, even from your healthy relationships and commitments, to refresh your spirit by reconnecting with your own nature to solitude. This oracle comes with a particular guidance. There's a situation that has recently arisen or will soon arise where you need to back yourself. Don't be put upon or hoodwinked into backing down by the emotional reactions of others. Stand your ground and stay aligned with what you know to be true. No matter how wonderful things seem, no matter how wonderful something seems logically or on the surface, if it does not feel right for you, it is not for you at this time. Look at Spirit giving you that mic drop at the end, my love, to complete that full circle. It is so beautiful. My collective, that is your conversation from Lady Portia. I hope this was helpful. I am sending you so much love. Dive into that shadow, my lovely, because this is beautiful. Beautiful. I'm sending you so much. Until next time, keep loving your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my beautiful pal threes who chose this crystal. So let us get into your conversation. Who and what may want to speak to you today, and what are they going to speak about? Each reading has been very fun, very interesting, and beautifully synchronistic. Okay, what do we got? Dun dun dun! Ooh, nice. The amethyst skull. Amazing. Number 21. During the golden era of Atlantis, each of the high priests and priestesses of the 12th tribe fashioned a crystal skull that was an advanced computer and programmed it with the knowledge and wisdom held by their tribe. All the information was placed into the amethyst master skull, which is kept safely in the inner planes. Receiving this card suggests you look for the highest perspective in a situation that presents itself to you. Explore the details. When you have all the facts, take decisions with wisdom and integrity. Your affirmation: I explore all the information before I take a decision. Interesting. So the amethyst skull wants to talk to you today about wisdom in particular, about knowledge, about preserving that in particular too, of keeping it safe. But it's also asking you to look at the higher perspective of a particular situation that's happening in your life. Maybe we'll get more details as to what that might be for you, or what they're specifically talking about for you. And really asking you to explore the details of that. But again, it's sort of asking you for that objective perspective of the situation more specifically. This is interesting. Let's see where we go. We have expansion. Nice. Educate your mind and senses. Talk about looking at the higher perspective, or the expansion, right? The bigger perspective. Going from a place of wisdom gained from this expansion. It's really feeling like a type of a birthing of, not quite, yeah. It's like a floodgates of information, the birthing of a new version of you from, they're saying like a mental upgrade. This is so crazy. Hold on, guys. Yeah, there's like a learning through life experiences here. And the expansion is inevitable. Obviously, the foundation of you, but the foundation of you ultimately is shifting, is what I'm getting. It's an ask to remind yourselves. No, it's to make sure that you don't forget that you are always in a permanent state of learning. Learning about yourself, about your emotions, how you interact with others, what you like, what you dislike, through the experiences that you create. This is where the expansion of spirit is. It's like there's a really big emphasis on learning, wisdom, knowledge, safekeeping that, evolution, growth. And this new information is needed for the next step. This is why this expansion, the expansion wants to happen, but for it to fully, for you to fully come out of this, there's something that needs to be learned or understood. It's saying just to keep your mind open and continue to learn from each new experience. Interesting. Let's see where this goes. We have Aquarius, collaborate. Collaborating with people. Let me really tap into this. I know this is about like humanitarian stuff, friendships too, but like this expansion also can include that type of collaborating, collaborating with spirit, with like-minded people, etc. But if we're talking about looking at a higher perspective in a situation that is present in yourself, is present itself to you, or presented itself to you, what are the details when it comes to friendship dynamics possibly in your life? Do you need to expand past the friendships that you have now, or are the ones that are with you now not working, or have you had bad past experiences? I'm not sure. There's something about connections in general and how they worked for you prior to this reading. This is interesting. I'm curious. Let's keep going. We have waxing gibbous. It's about taking advantage of the expanding energy and applying that towards letting go of anything that is holding you back. This phase is when this phase is when you take matters into your own hands and consider and possibly adjust. Exactly, this is it. And possibly adjust where continued expansion, look at this, needs to take place in your life. Where is this purpose being driven? Where is your care being deeply pushed towards? And who, for that matter? This is interesting. And then you have then you have Aquarius again. Interesting. Unique, fun, loving, and independent. Not easily pinned down. They love their freedom and can be temperamental if they feel limited They are brilliant minds, devoted humanitarians, excellent problem solvers. They have plenty of inspirational thoughts. They're fun to be around. So you have Aquarius twice. So this is maybe a twofold energy. Aquarius energy can just be straight blank insignificant for you. Second, it can be both. It's like past energies didn't necessarily work out for you, or they're not working anymore, and you're looking for a new type of this energy, a new collaborative energy. It's taking advantage and expanding towards that. Maybe you just need more friends right now, more people around. But if the Amethyst Skull's conversation is about looking for the highest perspective in a situation that is present, that presents itself to you, and asking you to explore the details, then when you have the facts, to take a decision from wisdom and integrity. It's like, I don't know if you trust what's around, or I don't know, there's something about this. I'm hearing this type of friendship that might threaten certain views of independence. I found myself giving too much of myself in the past. That's what I'm hearing. Continuously pouring into other people's collaborations or other people's things, and not, again, that independence. There's something there. Let's continue and see. If I don't feel as clear by the end of these couple cards, then we'll see if I want another. An invitation. Holy shit! An invitation to connect. I'm telling you, holy schmoly. Like, they're okay. See what I mean? I don't need any more clarifiers. Like, it's an ask now. It's an ask of you to let go of what I had just heard, you know, of those thoughts of the giving too much, and step into this. You're in a different place of expansion. So they're asking for this higher perspective for you to look at the whys of things, the details specifically of things, and then make that decision, and knowing that it's still safe for you to connect. It might have just been that circumstance or people. You might have been in a different place and didn't see it, you know? Again, with this birthing, this new birthing of you, or this emergence of the new version of you. And again, they said like a mental upgrade, you know? Interesting. I'm going to read a passage from the book for an invitation to connect. I love that. That came out for you. Okay, so it says, just the first paragraph. It says, love exists throughout our universe. Many loving beings that do not belong to the human race exist in worlds beyond the earthly realm. Among these are those who are aware of the spiritual plight of humanity and are willing and able to help us move forward. Unlike those who close their minds because they fear the unknown, you have an open mind and an open, receptive heart. Beings from other worlds recognize you as a receptive channel for their unconditional loving assistance in this world. You will both benefit from this you will both benefit from this individually and help the planet. So you are being offered an invitation to connect, to source, to others, to yourself. Yes. I love it. Okay. What spell do they got for you? Victory. A victory spell. I freaking love it. I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. That's it. Victory over these doubts. Victory over the narrow perspective, possibly, because it's sort of, if it's asking you to look from a higher perspective, maybe victory over that past hurt or past way of being or past reflection, you know, understanding something new, feeling safe enough and confident enough to go back into these sort of intimate connections, or just connections in general. I love it. Okay, let's continue. So we have the Angel Tarot here, and we're going to read as it is tarot card wise, and then the angel messages for you, and piece them together. So we have the Ten of Swords, Luaya. It says, the marvelous God. Revelation, protects from sadness, gives revelations in dreams. Again, there's a lot about like spiritual downloads, mental activity. It's like almost getting you like literally reprogrammed. It's like every night they're giving me like 21 days. So like every night there's been like a tweak. There's been like some sort of rewiring. This is interesting. And we're talking about mental ascension, right? Or mental downloads. And this Ten of Swords here, like again, talking about rerouting the mind or recircuiting in some way. Wow. Six of Wands. 𝘾𝙊𝙉𝙀𝙍. God who took evil. Longevity protects against infirmities. And Three of Wands. 𝘾𝙊𝙉𝙀𝙍. Love and submission cures illness, influences paternal love, gives long life. So what I'm feeling, and it's the Three of Swords, if I didn't say that. So again, what I'm feeling here is this victory over this mental perspective or perception. Again, with this recircuiting or reprogramming or whatever that is, and however that's playing out for you on a mental or spiritual level. Like there is a victory to be had, and it's going to be long term. It's like it's not going to be a sort of a cycle that you need to repeat, is what I'm feeling. It's like you will have healed this particular like pulse, like that's why, like it's like a pulse, like it's like it was a constant thing sort of, and now it's like they're just, it's release. It's like again they pull it out. Okay, so let's see here. Strength, 𝘾𝙊𝙉𝙀. The rising god. Loyalty, delivery from those who seeks to oppress, brings victory. Victory again. Excuse me, sorry, before I continue, like, I know I'm jumping, it's just that there's a lot happening and I want to sort of get them all out so I can sort of spill out all the thoughts that are happening. But the Ten of Swords, as we talked about, this like release from this sort of particular pattern, victory over that, and healing, I feel, quickly forgiving, you know, this understanding within that leads us into this sort of, this strength energy of this knowing, again, of being comfortable, safe enough to head into these new connections or connections in general. The Empress, again, confidence. Michael, God, Father, the generous, fertility and fruitfulness, assures peace between married couples. Again, the merger within you, between the connections in general that you find, you know, all of this is the strength within this because of the past, or because of you looking at it from a higher perspective and understanding and learning and then surpassing. Again, not needing to repeat that cycle. You have victory coming out here twice. Page of Wands. 𝘮𝚻𝚻𝚻. The preventing god. Propagation of light. Confounds the wicked and slanders, saves from enemies. Again, that victory energy. You know, it's all of that. It's like whatever hurts that you had from past connections, I feel that you're releasing it or filling it with something else. You know, it doesn't matter how you do, but this is like an expanding energy with this waxing gibbous of letting go of anything that's holding you back. Same thing. It's like it's released, and now it's a pattern that no longer needs to repeat. That's very specific for you, Pal 3. Love that. Okay, let's continue. We got waiting underneath the Ten of Swords. We have pleasure seeker underneath the Six of Wands. And then we have falseness underneath Three of Swords. What I'm getting from this waiting, pleasure seeker, and falseness is it was almost like a waiting period for you to see the truth, or for you to see your own happiness out of it. Like what the, excuse me, more eloquently, what the actual lesson was for this happening. You know, for you to understand the time it took for you to get to this place, for you to recognize these things within yourself, for you to look for the joy in the right places now, for you to see the falseness of the situation prior, and how the hurt no longer needs to linger, or I don't need to think about it in that way anymore when it comes to collaborating, connecting, my own independence even. Hope this is making sense, my lovelies. And then underneath strength, we have messenger, service underneath the Empress, and widower underneath Page of Wands. Again, this is what I'm saying. Like there's a feeling of like letting go of an old group of friends or people and finding a new set. And it feels like you're the one now to choose it, as opposed to you feeling like, I don't know, being left behind in some way, or just an add-on. You know, it's like now, like you have chosen people now. People, I don't know why I'm getting that so strongly. Because I'm getting like it's now your turn to receive and be given, you know, like to be of service to let go of what, like goodbye to the old, you know, of that waiting for the right connections, quite literally, the right connections in however way this translates in your life. In the middle we got, yep, Ace of Swords, the truth, excuse me, Umabel. God above all names, elevated. Affinity and friendship. Look at this. Obtain the friendship of anyone. What have we been? Holy shiza. Like I'm telling you, every pile today has had this crazy sort of full circle moment of all the, like either the words, the actual cards. Like again, God above all names, elevated, like being friends with anyone. This is what we've been talking about, connecting with anyone now, like learning something here. And then hope, yeah, bringing that hope right back in. Also, making me think of the traditional Tarot of the Star, which is Aquarius card too. Like, very interesting, very freaking cool though. Like, man, all of them have been dope. So, what the Amethyst Scholar talking to you today about here is connecting, wisdom, taking a higher perspective, understanding the wisdom held in particular tribes, right? That's what these skulls did, was take the wisdom of each tribe, and you learning particular tribes didn't work for you, or how you operated them within them, wasn't the right way for you, but you were trying. So you've now expanded that perspective from looking at it from a higher place, being like, oh, I get it now. It wasn't necessarily me. I was looking for it in the opposite direction, or something like that, you know, or I was going about it in a less powerful way, you know, sort of undermining my place in this tribe, so to speak. And now it feels like you go after with clarity to find that victory with whomever that might be in the future, or you're stepping into it now, for all that matters. Wow. Okay. This is so fun. Okay, so we're gonna get 3 cards on each side here and see what other info they got, what more they gotta say or add to this in any way. We have brown-haired woman, truth, and dark-haired man. So I'm telling you, like, it's like whatever energy that you that you may resonate with, please feel free to connect yourself to that. But what I'm actually getting here is the balancing out of the masculine feminine energy, of the receptive and the observer, to the doing and the action. It's like within this feminine energy, you have now discovered within that waiting, that Ten of Swords, the end of that cycle, looking at that, finding the truth in that victory of recognizing how I was seeking pleasure or seeking connection in some way, and then that brings you into the masculine energy of realizing that the quickly forgiving, all of this falseness of how I might have used it or saw it, it's not the truth, in some degree. There was no truth there. And the truth might have been in the way that you looked at yourself and being like, I don't fit into this, so I have to change me to be able to fit in. That's what I mean by it not being right, And for you, in this truth, what you're finding how is it's not about that. It's like, I have to find what's right for me. I shouldn't need to change these parts of myself just to be accepted. That's the feeling I get from this. There's a balancing out of the masculine feminine energy within the receptivity and within the conscious doing. Another note, these two energies can just be significant when it comes to this particular situation that they're asking you to look at a higher perspective of. It can literally be an actual romantic relationship or relationship between a man and a woman, or a relationship between a person who has a female energy that has brown hair and a masculine energy that has dark hair. So you take that however. Okay. Then we have heartbreak over strength in the messenger. Again, this departing of ways, we've already discussed this, right? There is definitely something about that. And wherever the heartbreak is, I feel like you've already went through your heartbreak is what I mean. And the heartbreak might be who you're choosing to disconnect with, and why. Strength again that comes out for you. Yeah, the why is it because I'm stepping into my power, that Empress. I'm being of service to myself. I'm waiting for things to come to me now. I'm not choosing to overextend myself anymore, Saying goodbye to that old. Yes, and becoming that woman of the world. It's like the high priestess in this deck, sort of. It's like fully empowered, owning yourself, knowing what you want, going after what you want, unapologetically you. Like, that's what it is. And you find people that love to see authentically who you are. Yeah. Fame, again, with that anybody, like, what do they say here? Affinity and friendship. Obtain the friendship of anyone. Fame. Hope, fame, that's it, my friend. And then power underneath the deck. Look at that. I'm telling you, my loves. There's like nothing more to say here. It's like they're saying, like, this is you're releasing all of this, gonna find the right peeps for you. That feels I feel very confident saying that. And sometimes, like, when you're getting those kind of, when I'm getting those kind of messages, there's not really a time frame that kind of comes with, like, the right people are coming in for you, like, it's gonna come. This one feels like it's 100% for sure. Like, I have zero doubt that it is. And it feels much quicker, is what I mean, than I've felt in a while. Meaning that the time has sped up, or you've gotten closer to that timeline of when I had originally said that to you in another reading, possibly. It's that kind of feeling. It's like the time is now, or it's coming up. I feel like it's very soon. We've just passed Aquarius season. Season. We're in Pisces now, so regardless, I feel like it's coming. Like, I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what else for your last messages from the Sacred Rebels. Let's see what else they gotta say to close it off. Anything else? Faith in the process, number 32. All right, amazing. I'm going to read it to you from the book. Yeah, it's in this, like, again, it's that hope energy too here that I'm getting. I think because presently, like, it's still occurring, and I don't feel this is a pleading kind of energy, like, please make this work out. It's like, I feel more that you have understood and surrendered to it, or you are in the process of, at the very least. of understanding that I'm having faith in this process because I'm going to be able to see the truth within this matter, because I'm going to allow myself to expand my perspective and look at it from a different angle and understand that it wasn't all me to blame in some way, or not all me in some way. There's something about you blaming yourself more heavily than you needed to. Okay, let's see what it says. It says, no matter how powerful we are, how much courage and strength we have, there are times when we can't quite move ourselves along to the next phase of life or creative exploration. At such times, we need some divine intervention, a little help in pulling our trolley along, so to speak. When we are at the edge of our own limits and have no more personal resources, we might be left with only one spiritual power, that of faith. Fortunately, that is enough. That power that you have under here, that spiritual, that strength that's coming in here, that amethyst skull, that ancestral energy too. As unlikely as it may seem, the invisible help from the universe is more powerful than the physical efforts of 1,000 men. That is because the invisible help is not limited by physical laws. You're in a situation where you cannot set right the course of events all by yourself. This is not an indication that you have done something wrong, nor does it suggest that you are not strong enough. What have they just been saying? It is a sign that there is something bigger unfolding in your life, and your willpower will be supplemented by the power of life itself. Sometimes a bigger plan needs to manifest for the benefit of humanity on Earth. You need to shift your perspective to realize that you are a part of the greater unfoldment of life, that your individual life serves the greater plan, and that you are not separate from its genius. You will need faith, though. You may feel as though the wheels of your trolley are coming off and they are a bit rickety, but you must also understand that the voice of life is now coming straight into your heart with this message. I have resources you know not of. It is safe to trust in my ways and in my wisdom, for I love you and I am guiding you into all that is rightfully yours. Know that what is rightfully yours is with your heart, is what your heart truly desires, and you need not fear loss. Nothing that is meant to come to you will be denied, and it is safe for you to let go and allow me to move you. Through faith, peace is restored, and you are able to know this, and perhaps have some fun in the process. Right? Have some fun in the process of what you discover within this beautiful power that you behold. My beautiful collective of Pal 3, this was freaking awesome. I loved how this reading all came together for you. I am sending you the most amount of love. Please keep watering your lives. Until next time, ciao.